In this video, I will tell you what a domain is and will show you how to create a subdomain within your cPanel. But first, let's tackle what a domain is. Your website actually exists at a specific numerical address on the web, like 178.72. Other various numbers following it. It is really the street address of your domain. But people would never remember that number, so there is a system of domain names that direct visitors to that address. This is the primary or root domain of your site. This is the domain that you created when you logged into BuffsCreate for the first time. Using BuffsCreate, you can actually create an unlimited amount of websites. For each website you build, you will need to create a new subdomain. So as you can see in this image, you have your primary domain, and any website and subdomain you create under that will just be a facet of that space, each using its own subdomain. You might have a personal website, you might have a blog, or possibly an art portfolio, or a combination of any of these websites. But again, each website will be hosted on a subdomain off of your primary one. Here is another image of where you can imagine your primary domain as a house, and each subdomain as a room within that house, all serving different functions. With BuffsCreate, you can create numerous subdomains. Each may have a different application installed. For example, a blog might use WordPress and look like this, with blog.yourrootdomain. For a photos exhibit, you might use something like Omeka, and the subdomain will look something like this, photos.yourrootdomain. And a wiki might use MediaWiki, looking like this, wiki.rootdomain. There are lots of applications available for you to explore in BuffsCreate, each with its own functionality and purpose. Explore some of our applications to determine which fits your projects most. Most often, we recommend using WordPress because of its ease of use and huge amount of functionality pre-built into the application. As you can see in these domains, a subdomain is going to appear as that word before your root domain, and this extra word will direct you to a different website than just the root domain. So now that you know what a subdomain is, I want to quickly show you how to create one in your cPanel. When you first log into BuffsCreate, you will be directed to your cPanel dashboard. If you do not see these boxes, you can get back to your dashboard by clicking the tools on the left-hand side. To create a subdomain, you will navigate to this domain card in the Domains section. Once you click that, you will be able to see all the domains you currently already have. To add a new subdomain, you will click Create a New Domain on the right. Now you will type in the subdomain you would like to create. Remember that your subdomain is the word or words you'd like dot your primary domain. This primary domain is the domain you created when you first entered BuffsCreate. If you can't remember what your primary domain is, you can go back to your dashboard and locate that primary domain on the right-hand side. For example, mine is alexisharris.buffscreate.net. For this tutorial, let's say I wanted to create an art gallery, so maybe I call my subdomain photos. I would type photos.alexisharris.buffscreate.net. Under the document root section, you will just want to make sure that it matches whatever you've typed into the first bar. Then you'll click Submit. After you've clicked Submit, it will take a second for the subdomain to be created and register. Once you've gotten the green confirmation message, you can click your domain and test it out. Here is our new blank subdomain. You'll want to install an application onto it next. We already have a tutorial instructing you on how to install an application onto your new subdomain located on our help page and linked below.